Cooking. Vocabulary. Blend. To mix or combine together. For example, blend the ingredients into a smooth paste. Chop. To cut something into pieces with an axe, knife, or other sharp instrument. For example, add some fresh parsley, finely chopped. Chop up the onions and the carrots roughly. Dough. Flour mixed with water and often yeast, fat, or sugar so that it is ready for baking. For example, bread dough, pastry dough. Decorate. To add something to an object or place, especially in order to make it more attractive. Dice. A small square piece of something. For example, cut the potatoes into small dice. Flavor. The particular way a substance, especially food or drink, is recognized from its taste and the smell. For example, we sell 32 different flavors of ice cream. This soup doesn't have much flavor. Fry. To cook food in hot oil or fat. For example, fry the mushrooms in a little butter. Glaze. To make a surface shiny by putting a liquid substance onto it and leaving it or heating it until it dries. For example, glaze the pastry with beaten egg. The pot had been badly glazed. Grate. To rub food against a grater in order to cut it into a lot of small pieces. For example, grated cheese. Grease. To put fat or oil on something. For example, grease the tins well before adding the cake mixture. Mash. To crush food, usually after cooking it, so that it forms a soft mass. For example, mash the potatoes and then mix in the butter and the herbs. Marinade. To pour a marinade over meat or fish, to be left in a marinade. For example, marinate the chicken in white wine for a couple of hours before frying. Leave the meat to marinate in the fridge overnight. Mix. To combine different substances, especially so that the result cannot easily be separated into its parts, or to cause different substances to combine in this way. For example, mix 2 eggs into the flour. Mold. To shape something into a particular form. For example, she molded the clay into little animals. Overcook. To cook food for longer than necessary, reducing its quality as a result. For example, be careful not to overcook the pasta. Peel. To remove the skin of fruit and the vegetables. For example, peel, core, and chop the apples. Preserve. To treat food in a particular way so that it can be kept for a long time without going bad. For example, preserved fruit. Stew. To cook meat, fish, vegetables, or fruit slowly and gently in a little liquid. Serve. To provide food or drinks. For example, do they serve meals in the bar? Whisk. To beat eggs, cream, etc. with a special tool in order to add air and to make the food light. For example, whisk the egg whites until stiff. Apron. I'm advised that the proposal to prohibit the wearing of skirts and aprons is unnecessary and would almost certainly be resented by the workers. Bowl. The usual forms are pots, jars, bowls, and shallow dishes. Teapot. The ordinary workman can, if he wishes to drink, spend his money on a teapot or a coffee pot. Measuring cup. Measuring cups are also used to measure washing powder, liquid detergents, or bleach, with a measuring cup not also used for food. Baking tray. Macaroons are often baked on edible rice paper placed on a baking tray. Spice container. Chopping board. Use separate knives and chopping boards for cutting up salad and raw meat. Grater. These graters are still considered the best and are used by professional chefs. Oven. Rolling pin. The rolling pin is one of the essential domestic items in the ordinary working class household. Strainer. Using a tea strainer separates the leaves from the water at the end of the brewing time if a tea bag is not being used. Spatula. She was seated at the corner of a table on which there was lying a washed, shiny spatula. Ladle. Besides sending baskets of food and the financial contributions, the nuns had provided his household with an assortment of domestic items, pictures, wooden stools, ladles, and plates. Cutlery. Those who did not use cutlery were 7 times more likely to become a case than those who did use cutlery. Saucepan. He scrubbed the old saucepan clean and it looked as good as new. Frying pan. I'm afraid the frying pan is as bad as the fire. Food is delicious, tasty, scrumptious, yummy, tempting. Food is unappetizing, disgusting, horrible, inedible. Food is healthy, unhealthy. Food is spoiled, rotten. Organic food, processed food. Homemade food. Verbs with food. Eat, have, consume. Take a bite. Chew. Swallow. Digest. Avoid. Cut down on certain types of food. Order food from the waiter. Order food for delivery at your house. Store food. Nouns with food. Food bill. Food shortage. Food poisoning. Chef's love story.
I've used my personal savings to balance the books for over a year. And I've neglected paying the property taxes for a few years. I wanted to tell you, but I really thought I had everything under control.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure it's not that bad. Listen, about earlier, I'm sorry for the way things were handled. I know you were just trying to help.
I shouldn't have been so rude. I was just on edge. It was a long trip.
Thanks. I need you to teach me how to cook.
I'm not a chef anymore. Look, it's within your best interest not to be associated with me right now.
Is it true? Did you cheat on that cooking competition? It's not a tough question.
No one's actually ever asked me that before.
Hey, chef. So, do I pass the inspection now?
Excellent. Okay. First things first, what have you got to prep for the competition?
There are 3 different challenges: the appetizer, the main course with a side dish, and a dessert.
It's okay to let yourself grieve. It's better to feel the emotion than to try to sweep it away. Once you've felt the loss, you can begin to heal.
Thank you, Alice.
Hey, you're the last person I thought I'd see here. Oh, a little higher on the left.
Okay.
What?
I work for TNCN now. They're the festival sponsor. Roger sent me down to do setup and to ensure the town was acceptable for a stay. You know how demanding he is.
Well, that's generous. Abby, you're not cutting onions anymore. What's up?
I told you finances were tight. They're not. They're dire. If I don't win this competition, my grandma's gonna have to sell the inn to one of those big chain motels in town. He's so confident. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's so passionate. Honestly, it's hard to focus on the chicken.
Abby, you like him.
Jason, really?
Well, I thought I would make it like the first time we met.
Yeah, except there was a lot more smoke in here.
Hi, I am Jason Corwin, your new head chef.